So happy to be here today. My name is Juliane. I am a new faculty here at Digital Health, part of the Digital Health Initiative. My lab is a one-year-old lab. And then I'm going to talk to you guys what we do now. I work with wearable sensors for health monitoring. Every time we think about wearables, the watch comes into mind. The ring, right? They're really good. They are doing incredible job monitoring parameters such as, for example, blood pressure still. But they could be better, right? What we want them to do is also to track molecules. Nowadays, if you want to track like physiological parameters, you need one of those guys. What if we could combine that biosensors with the physical sensors that we have in the wearables already, right? What a powerful tool we would have. And then you might look into me and then say, but why, right? If you want to do this type of test, just buy one of those. If you are looking for continuous monitoring, you need some non-invasive tool. Imagine you have to prick your finger every minute, every 10 minutes, every hour, right? That is just not doable. So our job is to combine the wearables that we have today with those biosensors into one single platform that uses anything but blood. We can do contact lenses for measuring tears, analytes. We can do pacifiers for babes, the newborns, that they have to do heel pricks so often, right? Especially if they are born with some type of emergency or disease that they need to be like doing frequent blood draw. What if we could collect saliva instead? What if? What if we want to monitor, for example, performance of athletes? Sweat is perfect. You have sweat glands all over your body. It's easy to collect. And then there's so many important information over there. Even if you're not an athlete, you sweat in your hands, in your face, in your feet. We are sweating all the time. And then it's just there, available for us to use. And continuous glucose monitoring has done already a really good job in interstitial fluid. Interstitial fluid is the fluid surrounding all of our cells, so it is available all over the body, right? It is really rich in information. It's really like correlating with blood. Whatever parameter you're looking in blood, you probably will find in interstitial fluid as well. This is one of the examples of the devices, the last work that I did when I was a postdoc still at Caltech. This is a ring-like wearable device for sweat monitoring. Remember I told you the hands, the head, foot are the part of your body that mostly sweat. So this is a really good place for you to put a sweat sensor. If you see here on the big black electrodes there, we can actually stimulate people's sweat using drug delivery through iontophoresis. The drug is called pilocarpine, for example. It's already really used for cystic fibrosis diagnosis in babies. The sweat is stimulated, goes in the middle here. I don't know where is the laser in this. Oh, no laser, all right. So I'm just gonna jump, you guys see in the middle, the dot there? That is the biosensor. So sweat flows into the biosensor. The biosensor has molecules such as enzymes, aptamers, antibodies. Enzymes, for example, every time analyte meets an enzyme, you're gonna break or form some chemical bond. When you do that, you release electrons, electricity. So it is really easy to collect signal from electrochemical sensors, right? You just need to monitor the current, and it is proportional to the concentration of your analyte. And then we did that for female hormones. We were monitoring 2 female subjects, and then on the bottom you can see the sweat data for 2 menstrual cycles compared to serum and urine. It is pretty close. The hardest thing of working with biofluids that are not blood, you are limited to the size of your analyte that you can monitor. Sweat is basically filtered blood. Whenever you're going to look into it, it was in blood before. So you had to cross the blood vessel to go to interstitial fluid and inside of sweat glands, and then you can see in the outside. Another limitation is that the concentration is super low. So that is the challenge from our side, how to build reliable, very sensitive biosensors to monitor those molecules, right? This is how our device looks like. So if I ever talk to you that I want to stick some sensor on your patients, this is how it looks like. This is about the size. We have an electrochemical sensor that can collect the biofluid. This, for now, is like a commercial transducer that can collect the signal, electricity, right? And then it is a patch, a sticker, if you may. Just put on the skin. It is completely non-invasive. Writing IRB for those guys is really easy. So everybody is happy about that part. The works that we are doing in the lab now, we have a student, she's really interested like in women's health. So why not to monitor the life cycle of a woman from when it starts menstruation, right, until you have like the fertility window, pregnancy, and menopause. All of those involve the same hormone, estradiol, progesterone, and then all of those guys we can monitor. And then right now is so little about literature and then how like women's actually function related to the hormones, especially menopause, right? So this is a really interesting project that I am particularly I really like this project. I'm doing a lot of collaboration with those as well. If you are interested in monitoring hormones and correlating with whatever disease, you know, brain fog, and then all of those hot flash for menopause, please talk to me. I'm down for discussion. Also, we have another PhD student. Her niece went heart transplantation procedure, and then she was really interested in working with organ transplant. What if we could take the sensor and use it to monitor early detection of organ rejection? What we did, we had this idea, and then we went to talk to you guys, to the clinicians, right? What is the molecule that you want to look into to understand if the body is undergoing rejection or not? So usually this is our collaboration. We have these crazy ideas, and then I'll go to you, and what do you think? And most of the time is, meh. Yeah, this is why it's good to discuss. So we have ideas, and then we go to you guys, and then you have other ideas based on this idea that was really crap. But yeah, we are monitoring immune system components in sweat, saliva, for non-invasive, like immune system monitoring. That is useful for so many things, including menstruation, which is also an inflammatory process, and several other diseases. The immune system is your first wall of defense for anything. And then we are just starting now working with the brain injury. Doctor came and then said that he found this really nice molecule that he was interested in learning the concentration when the patient arrives. He doesn't know which line of treatment to follow because he needs to understand first what is the magnitude of the injury. And if you track this molecule, it's a lipidic molecule called LPA, he can have a better decision which treatment to perform for the patient. So wearables are not only for the body. We are making wearables, for example, for the bag that collects cerebral fluid, right? So we can monitor that molecule in the bag. When the patient comes with a lot of pressure and they release a lot of fluid, we can monitor the fluid itself. It is non-invasive, it's not touching the patient, it's gonna be waste anyway. So that was a really cool project that is undergoing right now. And we do have, for the organ transplantation, idea of monitoring immune system, several other projects came out from discussion, right? So we can look into molecules that gives you a clue when your organ rejection is about to start, arthritis, and other infectious disease, right? And we're just starting also monitoring HS, which is a skin disease, where your sweat glands get inflamed. How good is that for us? You can just monitor sweat and see if you see cytokines and CRP, and then you can do early detection of a flare. All those wounds that abrupt into your skin, we can prevent that, right? And then we can adjust the medication. And then all of that with a single non-invasive patch that just monitors your sweat, and this disease is directly related with sweat glands itself. So this is a nice collaboration that is just starting. Another project that is really exciting, is really simple for us to fabricate, is like a sodium sensor for heart failure, right? They need to know at all times the sodium concentration from patients from heart failure, because if it is too low, you're building up too much fluid inside of your body, and you're gonna be at risk of getting a worsened case, and then your treatment can also be correlated with the sodium concentration. Simple. Application is really nice. Outcome, it cannot even talk about, right? This is a really nice project, straightforward. So that I am really excited as well. These are the other guys that we are doing a preeclampsia work with Dr. Gandhi. We are doing heavy menstrual bleeding and anemia in adolescent with Dr. Hakim. And then also we were looking at some molecules in breast cancer. When you have breast cancer, you have to take pills for 5 years. People are not compliant. What if we could track the concentration of those medications in their body, right? And also brain injury with Dr. Guston. So those are those guys. And a last thing that I want to talk to you, which is undergoing right now, we recruit 5 female subjects, and then we are tracking their hormone levels. And during each stage of the menstrual period, we are going to collect samples of saliva, blood, and sweat, plus data from wearables, the ones that I talked before in the beginning. What do I want to do with that? Is there a correlation of the level of your hormone with your cognition? Have you ever felt brain fog? Memory is crap today. I just don't feel like working at all. And then you push yourself, and then you blame yourself, and then you hurt yourself. What if you could understand that it is a physiological process, right? The culprit I'm going to tell you is progesterone. So if we can tell the onset of progesterone, you can be aware of what is going on, and then you can be prepared, and then you can show people it's not me, it's my hormone. I really like that one. So during the sample collection, we are also going to be applying cognitive tests and memory tests to see their performance according with the actual value of the hormones. There's a lot of study in this direction, but they're more quantitative, not qualitative, not with the actual number. So most of them are inconclusive. Patients go to your clinic, right? When was the last day of your menstruation? They just guess. I don't know, just tell a random date. But if you have the power to actually see what is the hormone levels right now, right? It could be way, way better. And then what we are going to do later is take the biological data, the molecules, the wearables, and correlate with the cognition. And then I want to know from you guys what else we can correlate with. What kind of other tests can we perform for making a better, bigger study related to this one, right? Tracking hormone levels, correlating with menopause, any other disease that I don't know, but you do, So yeah, come talk to me, and then thank you very much. This is our lab, and then thanks.